Hi guys, it's Chloe. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be doing a video of my top 10 must-have drugstore products. So basically I love high-end makeup and stuff, but I actually really love drugstore makeup, and I feel like people sometimes think that because it's not as expensive as other things it won't work as much. So I'm pretty much just here to show you that drugstore makeup can be fab AF. So if you're interested in seeing what my top 10 drugstore makeup picks would be of the moment, and some of these are long time favourites as well, then please keep watching. Okay, so I'm not going to go in any kind of order, but the first thing, and if you've watched any of my other makeup videos, you know I use this all the time, this is the Bourjois Healthy Mix Foundation. So mine is in the shade 54 Beige, and this has vitamins C, E and B5. Is my camera lopsided? I don't know. I really love this. It's so dewy and glowy on the skin. It looks amazing. Basically this provides a medium to kind of full coverage. The great thing about this is you can build it. You can build it up and it doesn't look cakey. So if you've put a little bit on, you're like, hey, I want a bit of a fuller coverage, you just have to apply a little bit more and it just blends so nicely. It doesn't sit on the skin and look cakey at all, which is great. I prefer to apply it with a damp beauty blender, but I have also kind of used it with a buffing brush and that applies really nicely as well. But like a damp beauty blender is my favourite kind of technique for that. It works really well whether you use powder with it or not. I'm sure most of you do use powder anyway, but yeah, absolutely love this. And it's only £9.99, so you can literally say, my foundation costs less than £10. That's amazing, because I have used foundations which are like £50 and I'd have to buy a new one like every 3 or 4 weeks, and that's so expensive. So this is pretty much my go-to all the time, so I cannot recommend this enough. Next up, I'm going to go in for some highlight. You guys probably know again that I am obsessed with highlight. So the Maybelline Master Strobing Liquid highlighter or illuminator is insane. So should I squeeze a little on the back of my hand? Let's do a little swatch. This kind of reminds me of the NARS Copacabana Illuminator. This is probably like, I cannot tell you how many times cheaper than the NARS Illuminator. So I love using this on its own, but also with a powder highlight on the top. Just kind of depends what mood I'm in, but yeah, this goes really nice with powder highlights. It doesn't like crumble or cake or anything. And yeah, it's really nice by itself. You can also apply a tiny little bit of this before your foundation if you want like super glowy, dewy skin underneath your foundation too. And it tends to last all day as well, and you'll need a very tiny amount, and I just can't stop staring at how glowy my hair looks. So yeah, love this. So my phone tells me it's £7.99 from Superdrug, which is pretty good for a highlight if you consider most of us probably spend like £25 on illuminators and stuff, so that's pretty good. Next up is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. So I tend to use the shade 20. It just goes really nicely with my foundation, but if I want it a little bit brighter, obviously I go for shade 10. This is amazing. I normally use this on my eyelids to kind of prep and prime before I put eyeshadow on, because obviously this is the concealer. So it just keeps my eyeshadow on all day. I also love using this after foundations. I use it for concealing to kind of conceal redness, blemishes, etc. But it's also super bright and glowy on the face. It just wakes everything up and I love it so much. Again, this reminds me of the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, but you're literally getting it for like so much cheaper. So it blends really nicely. Again, I prefer to kind of blend it out with a damp beauty blender, but whatever you like to use will be fine. I also really like using this, again, once I've applied eyeshadow. If I want to do a cut crease or something like that, using it and blending it with the eyeshadow that's already on there. Never had any problems with that. It's always looked bomb. So yeah, this little baby, it comes everywhere with me. I have like 3 of these, so I can put one in a makeup bag, one in my makeup drawers, and one in my handbag, which is literally just so pathetic, but it's a way of life. It's an obsession, you know. So whilst we're talking about things that we like to prime our eyes, the NYX Glitter Primer. Can we have a moment of silence, please? This is so fab. I cannot even begin to tell you how much I love this. So I love using this before I kind of use glitter, pigments, and just glitters on my eyes. So the great thing about this is it will keep every bit of glitter that you put on your eye in place. It will stay all night long, no matter how long you have it on for. But if you ever take it a little bit too far, You can blend. You can still blend with this, but it doesn't budge any of the other glitter. It's the 8th wonder of the world, I'm not gonna lie. This is so amazing. So if I had to recommend anything to you guys, it would most definitely be this glitter primer, because it just saves so many lives on like nights out and stuff when you're doing makeup that's kind of a little bit risky with like glitters, pigments, etc. I have to have a NYX glitter pigment to show you guys. This is genuinely one of my favourite makeup products ever. So this one is in the shade 08 Bronze. If I ever don't know what makeup to do for a night out or an event or a party, that kind of thing, I would use this, 100%. So this works really nicely with the primer, like I just said. I don't know if you guys have seen this. If you haven't, why? I will leave a link down below. But I actually did a autumn/fall glitter glam makeup, and I used this, and it's the easiest thing to use and it creates the prettiest looks. So you definitely have to check that out if you haven't already, because you may find your next new fave night out makeup. But honestly, these NYX pigments save my life. They've got so many other colours. I really like the rose coloured one. I'm going to get some red ones so I can do some Christmas festive AF makeup tutorials. Let me know if you'd like that, but obsessed. So next up I have the L'Oreal Paradise Pomade Ecstatic. Mine's in the shade 102 Warm Blonde. So I've used this in so many tutorials as well. It just comes in this super cute rose gold pinky packaging, and it's just a little pomade. Just kind of a cheaper version of more of the expensive high-end pomades. And the little brush is super cute and just looks like this. So I love this. This is so easy to just carry around with you and do your brows in like a minute. I honestly don't take too long with my brows. They're not very high maintenance at all. I just kind of prefer a more natural, messy looking brow on myself. On other people, I think their brows look fab when they've literally spent like half an hour on them. But for me, I'm just not about that life. Like anything that will save me time, I'm there for it. So this. Okay, so the brow pomade is only $9.99, which I think is amazing for brow products, because I feel like brands know that brows are like such a big trend over the last few years, and it's like a really important part of makeup and stuff, so they've just upped their prices and things so much. But $9.99 is so reasonable for a brow pomade that comes with a brush. Like, do you know what I mean? Just, it's worth spending your money on, basically. Next up, we've got a little bit of nude action going on. I'm actually wearing this on my lips now with just a gloss over the top. I'm actually using the Too Faced Lip Injection Gloss, but that's not like drugstore or high street, so let's just pretend I didn't mention that. This is the Maybelline 930 Nude Embrace Matte Lipstick, and it is gorgeous. Let me look at that, how pretty. So these are super creamy, really, really lovely. They don't smudge. It says that they're matte, and they are matte, but you can put lip glosses and stuff over the top and they look amazing. And also it's not the kind of horrible dry matte that kind of goes into all of the cracks and stuff on your lips, because who has the time for that? So this is the most amazing nude. It's my favourite nude ever. Pretty much all, well, I've got loads of lipsticks, but nudes are my favourite ones to own, and let me tell you, this is the best nude I've ever seen. Literally. So next up we've got an eyeliner. This is the Makeup Geek Full Spectrum Eyeliner in Spice. This is just a really gorgeous chocolatey brown colour. It's just kind of nice when black is a little bit too harsh sometimes. You just want something a little bit more natural. I also have green eyes, so this goes really, really nicely with green eyes. I know Makeup Geek isn't really a brand that you can pick up in like Superdrug, Boots, that kind of thing. But you can pick it up for $7.50 on Beauty Bay, so it's still kind of drugstore prices, if you know what I mean. So if I just swatch for you, it is so creamy and pigmented. I actually can't believe it. I've put this on like my waterline, my tight line, like lower and upper lash. I've used it there, and they honestly, it lasts so long without having to top it up and stuff. Like I said, it's super pigmented and creamy. I've used this on top of my shadows before and tried to blend it out, and it's blended out really nicely as well. So I cannot recommend this one enough. And like I said, it's just nice for when black is a little bit too harsh sometimes. Next. Okay, so this is, again, isn't drugstore as in like Boots or Superdrug, but this is High Street. It's from Primark, and this is the PS Master Eyeshadow Palette. Let me tell you about this palette. Sit round, let me tell you. I used this for the first time today. It's on my eyes right now, and I am obsessed. These cranberry pink kind of glittery shades here, so amazing. I literally felt like I was using one of the Too Faced kind of Sweet Peach palettes. Absolutely amazing. Obviously we've got some really nice kind of transition colours here, matte kind of like orangey browns here, which are perfect. And this was doesn't say on the back. I can't remember how much this was, but obviously Primark makeup is all under £10. It's probably a couple of pounds, to be quite honest, and I cannot get over how amazing this is. So there's, I just had to count, there was 3 rows of 4, quite clearly that was 12, and I just had to individually count them. I suck. But yeah, there's 12 different shadows in here, some glittery, some matte, and it's just like the perfect little palette ever. So definitely recommend picking this up next time you're in Primark. And last but not least, I have the L'Oreal Mega Volume Baby Roll Mascara. Again, I use this in tutorials all the time. I feel like I want to get some new products so I can switch it up so I don't like bore you guys, but I just had to talk about this. This gives your lashes so much length and volume. I have the smallest little lashes ever, but I love this so much. It really helps separate lashes too. I've never had any problems with clumping at all. So if I just show you the brush, oh, I feel like a proper beauty YouTuber now, I'm doing the whole hand thing. But the brush just looks like this, so it's kind of in between being really thick and kind of being skinny. It's a very decent size. It doesn't like pull or tug at my lashes and feel uncomfortable, or like, you know, sometimes it scratches. It doesn't do that at all. Absolutely amazing. And obviously this is in the shade black that I picked up, and it's just so jet black. I've never had any problems with it kind of crumbling or kind of transferring underneath my eyes throughout the day at all. But again, I've never had any problems trying to remove it with like a makeup wipe or something. So this is, I'm going to say this is the best mascara I have ever tried. Obviously that may change, but I've been using this for probably about 4 or 5 months now. Or I just proper stared into my ring light and now I'm blind. So yeah, this is probably the best mascara I have used of 2017, and I'm not really planning on trying out a new one just yet. Obviously I'm always open to trying new ones, but I feel like Baby Roll is literally my baby now, so yeah. So guys, that is the end of today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it useful, and maybe if you're considering going and doing a little bit of a makeup shop, you know what to look out for now. Obviously these are just my personal favourites, so some of you may see some of these things and be like, oh, I actually hate that product. But for me, they work and I absolutely love them, and I just wanted to share them with you because I tend to use them quite a lot in tutorials and things, but I never really talk about them too much. So I really wanted you to know what is out there and what I recommend. So if you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here, because I'd love to have you here watching my videos, and I will see you in my next one.